Hey everyone, KitaSean here, so welcome back to another Fate Grand Order video. So we're going to be talking about Andromeda in this video. We're going to be talking about her skills, MP, and basically how good is she? Is she good? Is she mid? Is she whatevers? Again, we're going to be discussing that in this video, but she is a 5-star rider. She's a quick type NP. I think a lot of players were kind of disappointed that she was a quick type servant, which I don't understand why, because we want to see Quick rise up again, but she wasn't the support that we were all expecting. She does have some kind of support skills on her MP skills, but it's not to the point where like it's gonna make Quick meta come back again. But we do expect Quick meta to come back this year because, well, I mean, we got a new Quick servant, and it's been a while since Quick has been on top. So hopefully this year we'll get a really good Quick support. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Andromeda here. So scrolling down a little bit here, looking at her deck, 2 Quicks, 2 Arts, 1 Buster. I actually really like this setup, especially because, again, she is a Quick type servant. I mean, it would have been nice to see that 3rd Quick, but with the 2 Arts, 2 Quicks, this allows her to gain MP gauge pretty good, especially with what we see on her skills. But yeah, you can start off with the arts card, gain some MP. You can start off with a quick card, get a bunch of crit damage, and yeah, you can definitely gain a lot of MP with this deck, and especially because she's a rider, so a lot of the stars goes towards her. So yeah, that's great. You can definitely do a lot of crit damage with her, in my opinion. Looking at her skills, so I actually don't have her skills unlocked yet because I haven't leveled her up, but I do have it up here on app media on my my screen here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about them right now. So skill number 1, it has a cooldown time from 8 turns to 6 turns, and then it has gain 5 to 15 stars, 15 being the max. Gain 5 to 15 stars per turn, 3 turns, so she can gain a bunch of stars with that first skill. It has a 500 to 1000 damage cut for 3 turns, and a 20 to 30% MP charge. The damage cut is pretty nice, so she has a lot of defensive skills, which is nice to see. And then the battery, I think a lot of you guys are like, oh, 30% MP in this day and age, what about the 50? I think the reason why they put it at 30 max, because I think she can gain a lot of MP, especially with all those stars on that first skill. She can do a lot of MP recycling with that. So I think that's the reason why it's at 30%. And not only that, I mean, you have servants that can give her MP as well, support servants as well, Scotty, etc. So I think that's kind of fair. It's to probably make her balance, if anything. Skill number 2, same thing, 8 to 6 turn down cooldown. She has a self taunt for 3 turns, and guts 2000 to 3000 HP one time for 3 turns. And after getting attacked for 3 turns, she has a 5 to 10% MP charge and a 10% critical damage up for 3 turns. That's actually really cool. That's an interesting one. So I think that's also the reason why they gave her a 30% MP battery, because she basically will gain 10% MP charge every time she is attacked. And again, you have that taunt, you have the guts, you have the damage cut. So again, the more she gets hit, the more MP she gains, and she can do a bunch of crit damage. So I think that's really cool. She's definitely like a tank. She's also an attacker, crit damage attacker. But the problem with this is that I don't think this is ever going to happen, because if you're going to use her as a farmer, she's not going to get hit. So that's kind of like situational, I guess you can say. Like maybe for challenge quest that would make sense, but yeah, if you're gonna use her as a 3-turn farmer, that second skill just doesn't make sense. There's no reason to use that second skill because she's not gonna get hit. The 3rd skill, same thing, 8 to 6 turn cooldown. Her quick up is 20 to 30%. Same thing with arts up, 3 turns, and then a 20 to 30% MP damage up for 3 turns, which is nice. That's solid. I think that's a good skill. But yeah, I just don't think that second skill is going to be useful when it comes to farming, obviously. And I think she's probably going to be used in like challenge quests. I think that's why that second skill is there. It's for challenge quests, if anything. So I wouldn't really give her a high grade when it comes to a 3-turn farmer. But again, I have to test her out, see how good she is when it comes to that. But I think that second skill again is meant for challenge quests. Her MP is again quick, and it's an AoE. So this has a 20 to 40% damage down 3 turns, overcharge to all enemies, and it inflicts skill seal 1 turn to all enemies, and a 50% defense up to self 1 turn. So her MP, again, defense up. She basically is a tank, and when it comes, again, challenge quests, that's where she probably shines. Like, I don't think she is going to be a top tier farmer. I don't know. Again, I have to test her out on that, but like, she's definitely a defensive type servant that takes a bunch of damage and then, you know, does attack. So she is basically a tank that will do damage. So I think this is interesting. I want to again guess that they're basically setting her up as a challenge quest servant, but again, we have to see and wait for what FGO will come up with. But yeah, I think this is again very interesting. She's definitely again going to gain all the stars because she's a writer. They collect stars. She can, you know, produce a lot of stars. She has a lot of defensive skills. I think she might be able to gain a lot of MP with, you know, the deck setup that she has, and then because again with all those crit stars, she'll, you know, recycle all the MP. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting servant. Again, I'm going to test her out, see what I can find, and we'll see where to put her. I can't really say where exactly right now, but I think she might be a very interesting servant to use. Not only that, I gotta figure out her damage output on her MP as well. It is rank C, so if anything, if they were to buff her in the future, it'd probably be her MP for sure. Like, I'm sure they'll buff the MP if anything. Again, I have to check how much damage this does, but I would assume if they were gonna buff her, it would be the MP for sure. I just feel like they can do so much more on that MP, if anything. But yeah, that's basically going to be about it. Again, I can't really give her a grade just yet because I haven't really tested her yet. But that's my impression on Andromeda here. I like that second skill, I really do. But again, it's definitely not meant for farming. It's, I believe, going to be meant for challenge quests, boss fights, basically. That's what I think. Again, I might be completely wrong on that, but that's what it looks like to me. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.